right, welcome back everybody. Anybody that's new here, thanks for joining me today. And yeah, all you guys that have been around, it's been a while. This weather pattern this year is a little crazy. We got tornadoes, we got floods, we got freaking 50-degree weather in June. Yeah, this is gonna be a wild ride this year. Either way, I'm gonna keep this really short because I got up a little late today. And yeah, I'm gonna chase some smallmouth and walleye first thing this morning. As long as I can, and hopefully I find some big ones. I'd like to get some eater walleye. I haven't had any of those in months. And yeah, hopefully we get some other big fish along the way. And I'm just happy to be back out fishing. Hit that like button for finally getting back out here. I don't know when you guys are gonna see this exactly, but yeah, it's been way too long. I can't go this long without fishing. I go crazy. Comment below, do you go crazy if you can't go fishing? I digress. Let's go catch some fish. Okay, first things first, I'm going to throw this little turd here. Little Ned rig usually works. We will see if anything is willing to play today. Okay, I was just scooting along, and always got to be ready to play with some suspended fish. So threw my little paddle tail minnow on, and we were going to see if these are predators that I'm seeing suspended. Well, of course I wasn't recording. Not a giant, but target species acquired. I started seeing some suspended fish, so I threw a paddle tail on, and looks like they're feeding on minnows right now because I couldn't get one on the Ned rig for the life of me. So I'm gonna keep practicing with this paddle tail. It's just kind of letting it swim, and they're hitting it a couple times before they commit. Well, at least that guy was. Hopefully I can get another one on film this time. Alright, what are you? Not smallmouth. Okay, mental note. The crappie are piled up on the weed line out here. I'll take it though. That explains why I couldn't hook them. Okay, I'm gonna leave these guys alone right now. Still trying to get walleye and smallmouth this morning. Can usually get the crappie suspended all day. So just gonna make a mental note here. Okay, some of you guys are gonna wonder why I don't try to keep catching crappie. Early mornings out here I tend to do way better on the walleye and smallmouth and stuff. But I don't know, I've had days out here where I've caught crappie all day, so I'm not too worried about those guys. But I've been wanting walleye forever now, so that's what my main goal is. Try and get some of those guys, and they're just a little bit harder to catch. So got to dedicate some time. There's a big tip for you: if you get sidetracked, you start seeing fish, just make a mental note, and yeah, do yourself a favor and come back to them. Focus on what you're trying to catch, because that tends to work out in your favor. Oh, that's funny. I think my bait's too big. I don't know. I'm starting to think this is a sign. You guys got to comment below, like, if this video gets a couple hundred likes, I'll come back and actually See if I can target those guys. There are some big ones in here. Just so far I've got a couple of like 10s, and then the one, I think that was like a 12 right off the bat. But yeah, I don't want to spend the time hunting them right now, so I'm going to continue on my walleye and smallmouth quest. We will see what happens. Okay, due to the overwhelming number of crappies, I'm going to switch it to this 2.5-inch gulp, because they tend to like this size a little bit more. Plus it gets down a little bit further, so if there are walleye down on the bottom, they will eat that also. So keep my fingers crossed. Some of these crappies are really big, so it's worth not targeting what I wanted to go after. Got a bigger one? There we go. Yeah, don't ask me why, but these bigger crappie like these smaller minnow profiles out here. Probably the forage. That's like an 11. If I can run into a couple 12s, I might do that. But then I'm definitely gonna resume chasing my walleye and other stuff. This is what I was talking about. Getting distracted, because it's so easily to get distracted when there's fish piled up somewhere and you're not not super focused on the other fish you were chasing. I should have this on my lighter rod, but on the off chance I get a big smallmouth or walleye, I'd like to have the heavier line. Normally when I'm chasing crappies like this on weed lines, I have my pole with 6-pound test, so it's a lot more sensitive and twitchy, and it just works all around better. Yeah, it's hard to beat. Okay, let's see if we can get a couple more of those. Oh, shucks, I'm catching crappie. It's so funny because, like, this is such a stupid bait. But it works. Is that a bigger one? Ooh, there's one of those guys. Oh, don't come off. Come here. See, that's one of the bigger ones. I think that's like a 13. $12.5. Crushed it. Well, kind of glad that this weather's the way it was, because normally these fish are all suspended over the basin right now. But the water is only 70 something degrees, so they're still sitting on the weed lines. So there should be a bunch of them piled up basically in this one little area. Probably could get a dozen of those real quick if I wanted to. Just cast out off the weed line, let it sink about 5-6 feet, start twitching it back. If they're hungry, they'll come up for it. Yep. There's another one. Yeah, there's a big old school of them over here right now. I should bring my mom out here because she's been wanting to come fish for food. These guys are plentiful. Got another one. Ooh, I think that's another big one. Oh, it was. Ugh. Those big guys are smart. They go right to the surface like a bass almost. Spit the hook. I even have like a wide gapped hook on today. I might have to switch it. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now before I lose another fish. Hopefully you guys can hear me with that airplane. This is my Apex Pro medium light extra fast. This is kind of a beefy rod. It's got 10-pound test on it. This is my lighter rod. So this is my medium light fast. So it's my Apex Elite. And then this one has my marks on it. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So quick measurements. And then yeah, this one's only got 6-pound test, 2000 series. This is a 7.2. This is a perfect style of rod for what I'm doing right now, casting this gulp out, bringing it across the weeds and twitching it. It's one of my favorite like technique rods. This works really good for jigging in rivers too, but honestly I like a little bit heavier rod when I'm jigging in rivers. So this one's turned into my crappie rod slash like drop shot, anything to deal with bottom contact or twitchy stuff. I also throw little jerk baits on this one. There we go. I finally find another one. Different species, equally impressive. I would argue more impressive. It's about a 9.5 inch gill. They eat minnows too. That's cool. Well, kind of turning into a multi-species day. Still holding out that I find a walleye or two because I do want to eat some of those. Not that I can't eat the bluegills or the crappie, I just really want some walleye because I haven't had it in a long time, since the spring. Just something about fresh walleye that just, I don't know, it's hard to beat. I like fresh perch too, but I don't know if I could find them right now. If I find fresh perch, we're gonna pound on them. I got some live bait for that. But right now, I'm just trying to pick off what I can, hoping for the best, and I'm okay just catching the fish right now. It's been entirely too long. Okay guys, I don't know what you guys probably saw last was, I think I lost a really big crappie actually last, and then yeah, I've been just popping around and kind of, there's a weed line here. It's between like 17 and 12 feet of water, and I've just kind of been zigzagging it back and forth, casting out ahead of it, behind it, on top of it, and then out away from it. So there's kind of, those of you guys that ever want to fish for crappies around weed lines, it's all you got to do. Find your weed line. So use your electronic to get up onto the weed line, stay on the weed line or just off of it, and make cast on it, off of it, and along it, and work the different depths columns and stuff like that. I was seeing fish all over, so like from 2 feet down, and then every once in a while I'd see one down by the bottom, and then every once in a while right in the middle. So there was no rhyme or reason, but just kind of picking them off as you go. And like I said, it'd probably be better if I was like, come out here with like my mom anchored, and then threw some like bobbers and minnows out, and I could have probably got a limit of fish fairly quickly. I think I got like 5 or 6 crappie so far, and then that smallmouth. I'm still holding out that I can find some big smallmouth today. I don't really care. I kind of threw out the window of targeting the walleye and smallmouth, just those guys, because yeah, I've just been wanting to go fishing for such a long time, and it's such a nice day out for this first time in forever. Comment below, have you had to deal with flooding and tornadoes this year? I think this is the craziest year on record for me in fishing, but yeah, I'm gonna get back to trying to catch some fish. Did I find one? I think I found one. Oh my god, I did. They're out here on this flat. That took entirely too long. And I know he's not big enough to keep, but it's exactly what I was after. So technically I got what I wanted today. I got a walleye and a smallmouth. How big are you? 16 inches. That was cool. So I'm just like, there's just this big flat right here. There's no structure, no weeds, nothing, and then just sporadic fish. So I have no idea what they're eating. I'm not seeing anything like perch or bluegills or anything out here. Just random 1s and 2s and 3s. And okay, so now I have an idea. And that guy came way up to eat it, so hopefully that's a sign of things to come. I think there's a white bass right here trying to eat a minnow. Whatever it is, as soon as my minnow hit the water, it ate it. Yeah, that's a white bass. I was surprised I hadn't run into these guys sooner. Oh, and they're everywhere. There's some giants of these out here. Lucky for them, I get a freezer full of them. I hit the Wolf River. You guys, if you're new here, there's a whole playlist for white bass. If you like those guys, I'm not necessarily going to try and chase those around right now because, like I said, I have a whole freezer full of them. I also have a cooking channel. DWS cooks everything. And that's why I have a whole freezer full of those, because I've been smoking the steaks of them. They are really good. If you've never done it and you have a smoker, try it sometime. Go over, check that channel out. Subscribe if you like cooking stuff. I don't upload to it all the time, but it's kind of my catch-all for like when I come up with new stuff. Because I cook a lot, I just want to share it with everybody else. So if you like it, go over there. But I'm going to continue trying for more fish. But I was just going to give you guys a heads up. So I just heard fish popping around me, nothing like right next to me. And I just looked over and he was eating a minnow off the surface. If you throw a jig and a gulp or just pretty much anything right in front of those guys when they're eating like that, they'll swallow it. And it's a blast. So if you ever get a chance to and you see them popping like that, take advantage of it when you can. I think I just found another another white bass. Yep. Couple little schools out here, these guys. Nothing giant, but they're all fun. Every one of them. Got something. What is that? Right species, wrong size. He's just a cute little guy. There's a good one. What are you? Okay, so I found a school of dinks. This guy fought way harder than I thought he was for size. Good to see. So, neat little thing I noticed here. See if you guys can see it. So, you can see the edge of it. So there's a algae bloom slick, like just running across the lake here. These guys are underneath this, which is kind of weird, but makes sense. I mean, it's kind of like having cloud cover. I wonder if there's any bigger ones though. Okay, it's getting hot out here. I'm done playing around. We're gonna do the simplest thing possible. That is a Chunko nightcrawler on a jig head, bouncing it along these weed lines and out on these flats. I think I'm getting short strikes from bigger walleye, And I think it's just because I don't have a live minnow on there. So we're about to find out if they're just being stupid and they need live bait or what. But yeah, I really want really want a couple of my walleye, so we are going to see if this makes a difference. Well, what is that? Oh, well, there's one on a night crawler. Wasn't exactly sure if these guys were around still. Mid-afternoon, tough bite. It's been a long time. Oh, I just want one to eat. One. Let's see if they eat this thing. Now that I know where they're at. There we go. Come here. Not a giant, but bigger than the other ones. Kind of figured they would eat that if it was if they're bigger. Little bit longer. Okay. Might have something figured out, kind of. So I moved back right up against the weed line because I figured maybe with the sun they're hiding in the weeds, but it looks like they're right on the outside of the weeds. See if there's anything. I just want one keeper. One. All right. I don't know what the last thing you guys saw was. I'm on the other side of the lake right now. I could not find for the life of me any more smallmouth, crappie, or walleye in the area that I was at. So I'm on a big, long weed line. Usually it's got perch and walleye on it. I mean, pretty much all year. Sometimes they're deeper and sometimes they're in the weeds. But yeah, I haven't fished this area in years. So we are going to find out if it's holding fish. Wish me luck. Ow! Okay, I've been hit with the night crawler and stripped like 4 times in a row. So there are a ton of fish over here. I just could not get a single hookup. That one I got hooked up. Oh, well, that's not a that's not a walleye. Stop it. Snake. Oh, slimy, stinky little bugger. Got me all excited. I don't think all of the fish that were stripping my worms were northern pike. I just think that guy got lucky and my stuff landed on him. Check the line, make sure I don't gotta retie. I gotta retie. We'll be back in a second. Okay, those of you guys that aren't new here already know, but when if you're new here or you're new to fishing and you're new to catching northern pike and stuff, whenever you hook one of those things, even if you don't get a bite off, check your line, and then your safe bet is always cut it off, and then cut like, I don't know, I always cut like enough that it would fit in their mouth, so like 8 to 10 inches. I cut that off my line and then retie, so that way next time you get a nice big walleye or another big northern pike or whatever, it doesn't just break off. But yeah, I was not expecting that at all, because the first couple bites that hit my worm thumped it the same way, and it felt like walleye. So I don't know what the deal is there. Hopefully that's not just all that's over here. there's one. He's just a little guy, though. Freaking 100 of these guys a day out here, easy. Where are the ones that are big enough to eat? That guy did eat it. We got another 15-incher. These guys would be such good eaters. I wish they would lower the limit out here. Like 3 over 15 and none over like 25 would be perfect for this lake, but I think the state rule stands out here, 3 over 18. Did I get a bigger one finally? A little bit. Come here. That one's probably like 14. Man, that's taking way too long. These guys normally don't take this long to find a couple eaters. But there's an endless supply of those in here. Apparently, there's probably a school of walleye right in this general area. 'Cause every time I make a cast, I miss a fish. There's one. They are walleye. Sorry. But yeah, I guess that's what's been biting, is those like 12, 13-inch walleye. I cannot for the life of me find one that's over like 14, 15 inches. I think my biggest one today was like 15 inches. 16. That was 16 inches. All right, no more little dinks. Hopefully the next one you guys see is big enough to keep. Find another one? Did I find a bigger one? Hey, it's a bigger one. Not a giant, but they're like 15, 16. At this rate, I'll have I'll have an 18 by midnight. Oh. I will say, I think the cloud cover is helping. So, keep my fingers crossed that they just keep getting bigger. Man, that guy smoked it. Is that a bass? It is. There's one of the bigger smallmouth. Come here. I want to see you. In the net. Dude, that twitchy little dude. Come on. Not a giant, but bigger than the first one I think I got today. Oh. That guy smoked the crap out of this thing. He hit it so hard. Okay, you're good. Dude was twitchy. Little crackhead of the frickin' smallmouth world. Okay, so I'm in smallmouth territory also? Is that another smallie? Well, it feels like a walleye. What is that? bigger walleye. Another like 16. Not a bad fish. I think I found a like a crib or what do you call those? What are you? I was not expecting that. Big old white bass just showed up out of nowhere. One of the giants from out here. I was just reeling it in and I saw some fish following it, so I stopped and that dude hammered it. I've never seen a white bass jump before. Okay, so I was just about to leave. That's why I was reeling it in, and I saw the fish out there. He hit it and hooked himself, so might as well see if there's any more over here. I've never caught white bass in a specific spot, so something new. Of course, I wasn't recording. I've seen these guys feeding on the surface. Here's a healthier one. These things are so much fun. You guys missed it. I was just watching them swim along and I cast it in front of them and ate it instantly. I don't know what it is. There's just something about a fish that when a minnow falls in front of it and it smokes it, it's too much fun. Fish on, right before the waves. All right, guys, I don't know exactly what you guys are going to see last. Probably, it was either that smallmouth or walleye. I proceeded to catch like a dozen or 2 dozen more of those like 12 to 14 inchers, which, I mean, those are good size fish, but out here you have to have, it's 3/18 for the limit, and I just wanted my 3/18, and I couldn't get anything closer than, I think my biggest today was 16. But I will say this, it was a good day because I came out here for smallmouth and walleye. I got sidetracked with some white bass and some crappie, but I still ended up with smallmouth and walleye, so that's a success. I'll count it as a success considering I haven't gone fishing in, God, I don't know how long. I don't know exactly when you guys are going to see this, but yeah, it's been too long. And yeah, hopefully the rivers get fishable here soon because I want to go do some river fishing real bad. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one like I said, and I'll see you guys next time.